I literally was, sometimes I get online when I have free time and talk to people, just engage them on Facebook to try and get them to see some of the ideas or things that they think and how they affect other things. But I was talking to this one person and they literally were talking about, I'm going to let my kids choose to figure out if they want to be a boy or a girl. Somebody had posted something about toys, and like all my daughters and my son have played with like the girl toys or the boy toys, and I don't think that's that big a deal. Like most people commenting on there were like, you guys are making this way too big an issue, like out of toys. Like, but one thing I will do is you have to tell your kids that they're male or female. That is how God created them, and if you don't like that, I'm sorry. Like I'm over this whole we need to feel what everybody feels, and we need to accept that. We need to accept that. We don't accept what God has said and done, but we accept everything that people think and feel. And here's the big key to this is like, where does it stop? Where does it stop? Like literally, there's got to be some kind of stopping point that you can't just choose everything you think and feel. Because here's how this happens. If you're going to let them choose whatever they feel like, man, I feel like a woman, Shania Twain, their sex or their identity or their gender or where does it stop? What if they don't feel like listening to you? What if they don't feel like doing what you tell them? What if they don't feel like doing chores? What if they want to tell you what you're going to go do and what you're going to provide for them, period? At some point, this is nuts because their feelings aren't going to dictate what you do your whole life. And if parents are parenting like this, that's not being a parent. My kids don't like me sometimes. My oldest, has multiple times said, I wish I didn't live with you guys. I wish you guys didn't care that much. That's fine. I don't give a shit. I don't care what you think. I don't. And at some point, you have to not care what your kids think. You're not their best friend. You weren't put here to teach them to be a best friend. Now, my daughter at some point will be thankful, because multiple times I've also had them come up and be like, thank you, Dad, for always caring for us and doing things. Because they understand it at some point once you teach them that. But you can't just let them do whatever they want or they will run all over you. You'll have a disrespectful little psycho. Like, you think Hitler was bad, you're about to have a bunch of Nazis running around with the parents that are raising these kids. And I'm starting to get it. Like, I used to think, like, how are these kids so dense and dumb and stupid? I literally don't get it. I don't get how they don't have certain common sense. And now I understand it, because I'm talking to adults on a page and the stupidity is trickling down. That's how these kids are becoming. Like, oh, I didn't understand that. I didn't get that. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but this is pure stupidity, you guys. Like, you can't change your sex, you can't change your age, you can't change your skin color, we might be coming to a day and age where you can just go up to a machine and it changes everything, but it doesn't make it right. There still has to be morals and principles and values, otherwise the chimo feels like touching little kids. Like, and if I came into your daughter's class right now or your son's class and I started teaching things about, it's okay to be with an older person. It's okay to have sex when you're a little person. You guys would be like, that's child abuse. Yet you're telling them it's okay to change their sex. Like, that also is child abuse. I don't think we're getting like it's okay in this area, but it's not okay in this area. Like, this is nuts, people. Like, at some point, it's nuts. And if you keep letting things get so far out in left field that they'll never come back, that's what we're going to do with our country. Them thinking themselves wise, they became fools. It's Romans 1:22. I use it it started with all the evolutionary crap, garbage that's out there, and you're nothing and you go nowhere when you die. And life's hopeless and meaningless and hopeless to do whatever you want and feel and think. And now it's coming with this. It started with gay agendas. Like, and I actually, like, I have friends and family and people that are gay. I don't agree with their lifestyle. I don't agree with you're out running around impregnating all these people, if you're having sex outside of marriage and everything else, and I did it. So I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm across the board. If it's right, it's right. It's wrong, it's wrong. And if you want to be gay, like, just be two dudes. Why does every single person that's gay or lesbians or two dudes, one of them plays the female, they have to teach themselves to talk like, stop it, stop. You have to train yourself, just like a little gangbanger, like I was, thug. You have to learn the lingo. Like, yeah, that's how it be. That's what we do. It bees that way sometimes, homie. It's just dumbing yourself down to be ignorant. You have to train yourself to talk like a gay person. You have to train yourself to talk like a gangster. You have to train yourself. Look, it's across the board ignorance. Like, it is. But man, God made us male and female. Period. All your chromosomes in your body are either male or female, minus some sperm. That's it. It's pretty common sense, but it's not common sense anymore because we don't have any. We're losing all common sense in reality, like with ourselves. And it has to stop, people. Like, it has to. If you want to be two gay dudes, just be two gay dudes. Don't pretend to be... One is always playing a male and female role. Why is it? In both sides. Whether it's two girls or two dudes. Because God created them male and female. It's wired in our DNA. It is wired in your DNA. No, you don't. I don't care how do you feel like a woman? Like, you want to put dresses on and lipstick and, like... That's dressing like, that's acting like, that's pretending. I don't know how you feel that way. How do you feel like a man or a woman? And what's even crazier to me is the feminists should be the most pissed off because you guys have worked all your ways to get all these things handed to you and given to you and fought for those rights. And now men are jumping over like, man, I feel more like a woman. I got this, homie. They're killing it. Now men are taking that from you too. Like, the feminists of all people should be pissed off about this. Like, no, you can't just jump in here and act like this. Like, I'm to the point where the only thing left for Trump to do, the commander-in-chief, is say he's transgender and has ran the country better than a female. Like, the best female that'll ever run the country. Not that, I don't even want to get on politics and all that shit, but seriously, people, like, common sense has to come back or we're going to lose all of humanity. Literally. You have to have morals, you have to have guidelines, you have to have discipline, you have to have values, and it comes from the creator, not the creation. What God has said and done, not what man thinks and feels. I'm sorry if you feel that way. I'm sorry if you don't like what he said and done. It's what it is. If you want to know who you truly are and your true identity, that's where we need to be taking it back to. Not just whatever you feel like. Tell the serial killer that. Tell the person who likes to stab everybody in the throat that. Well, that's physical harm. And this is mental harm. And we need to get off these BS. Love y'all. Think about it.